Welcome to another edition of the Mizzou Minute. I'm Tod Palmer here I don't remember what they call this room, but we're here in the MATSI, the Mizzou Athletic Training Complex. We'll just go with that, where we have wrapped up the second of two Gary Pinkel press conferences today. The first dealt with his resignation. The second dealt with Tennessee. I think we're going to focus more on the first one, aren't we, Vahe?
Well, maybe we should, just because in that sense, although he did talk about every element of things in both, as it turned out,
yeah.
but struck me at the first one, and I'm sure Todd and anybody who's listening, that it was quite emotional for Gary, and as it should be, as it would be. This is all unprecedented stuff in his life, and here he is standing before some fans in the background and us, just trying to explain his decision making. I felt that he was, from what we know about everything, pretty candid, willing to share a lot of intimate details and stuff that seems to sure go back a long way with the whole process.
Yeah, and the moment that stuck out to me was when he was talking about how difficult it's going to be to step away from this job with his players. Choked up not once but twice.
He was way past my over-under on that. I thought I was giving him about 90 seconds before he came to that, but he was a good 12, 15 minutes in.
Yeah. No, it was really at the end of his opening remarks, but it's the kind of thing you can't fake that. You know, and it speaks to what you were talking about. I think Gary genuinely, and we've talked about this, kind of came to a new reckoning with himself. He had cancer. He wanted to try to continue to coach, do what he's always known, and then kind of had an epiphany somewhere along the way that, hey, there's more to life than what I'm doing right now, and decided he wanted to step away. And it's unfortunate what it does to the players and what it does to the assistant coaches, but in some respects, if Gary feels like it's time, it's the right decision for him.
Well, 100% it's that way, and my thought on this is, and he reiterated that to you today, that he was never going to be coaching when he was 70, but you sort of thought it would get to be 66, 68-ish, and he'd keep going. He seems to me, he used this term today, and it struck me that two terms that really struck me. One was, do you want to die on a football field or on a beach?
Yeah.
And he wants to be on a beach. And two was the way he said that about being at peace. I felt like it was quite sincere and really indicative of his state of mind, and good for him.
Yeah. We'll obviously keep you informed on this story. Mack Rhoades is going to address moving forward in the coaching search on Wednesday. Basketball plays in Cincinnati in between, and then of course Gary plays coaches his last game at Memorial Stadium on senior night. Unsure whether he's going to grab a white rock, but we do know that one way or another, this will be his last appearance.
He'll be a puddle.
Oh yeah, I mean a couple years ago he was
not going to make it.
A couple years ago he was crying into the first quarter of a game, on senior night. So it could be epic. How much of a mess he is. Maybe the whole first half, but obviously going to be a great moment Saturday at 6:15 at Memorial Stadium when Missouri plays Tennessee. Keep coming back to kansascity.com, and we'll keep you informed about the Missouri Tigers as the week goes along.